Greek mythology.
Also in who? In Allah. You know what I'm saying? Muslims too, right? How the Catholics depicted the Muslim. You've seen that, right? This all dates back to ancient Rome and ancient Greece.
Rim fan.
Come on, man. Faunus was the father of Latinus, who was the king of the Latins when Annus arrived in Italy. We don't got to go too much. I'm going to go into here. Annus, like Pan, Faunus was associated with merriment. Its twice-a-year festivals were marked by revelry and abandon. At the Lupercilia, a celebration of fertility held party in his honor each February in Rome. Well into the Common Era, youths clothed as goats ran through the streets, wielding strips of goat skin, which is what we talked about. All right, let's go back now. Back to Britannica. Let's keep reading.
Lucky, I'm still trying to deal with the internet issue.
No sweat. Let's go to actually, give me Pan.
You want Pan?
I want Pan. Pan, type in Pan origins and give me the best source you think. Pan origins.
There's a site called ancientorigins.net.
I seen that one too.
Looks interesting.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I think I have that too.
Sound like they get to the meat and potatoes.
Actually, let me get you know what? Before you do that, right? I have a book. I have a bunch of these bookmarked, and I might want to pull up my own bookmarks before I get to that. Shalaki, bear with me up. All right. Let me get my the bookmarks that I've researched myself instead of going to that. I got years of bookmarks. It's crazy. All right. Okay, got it. So give me Pan. I need Pan. Give me Juno Februata. Juno, Juno, Februata.
Juno.
Yeah.
What?
Februata.
Febrata?
Yeah. Just hold that, right? Type in, open up another thing. Type in Pan origins.
I already did that.
All right. What do you have for Pan origins?
Ancientorigins.net.
I can't find it. Hold on. Ancient.
Just search Pan origins. It should be the second one.
I got Amazon as the second one. Pan origins. That's what you typed in.
Yeah. Just Google search Pan origin.
Yeah.
And that source should be the second one.
It's called ancientorigins.net.
Another one.
If we can get, okay, let me see if I can find it.
Still streaming.
I got it. Yeah, go ahead. Give me that.
Ancient origins.
Now we've all watched, the Pan movies and all that, right? We've all seen that, right? Slocky, bear with me. Try to pull it up. I don't see anything coming up here. Yeah, I see it. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Ancient origins. The failed sex god, the horn god Pan, and his unrequited lust.
Let me tell you who Peter Pan. Let's find out who Peter Pan was and how he's associated with Valentine's Day. Go ahead.
The bounteous Pan, the god of rural scenery.
Go ahead.
Shepherding and huntsman.
Shepherding. But go ahead.
Shepherder,
And huntsman. Go
and
ahead.
huntsman. As the poet Milton calls him, is the Greek god of woods and fields.
Once again, agriculture. It's all about that. But go ahead.
Originally the pastoral god from Arcadia, and depicted as a wild deity with horns and hooves of a goat.
Go ahead.
Pan was believed to dwell in the mountains and forests of ancient Greece. Pan's image has...
We want to jump to Pan and sexuality. That's what we got to get to, because we're talking about Valentine's Day. Read that first line.
Pan and sexuality, the price of virtue of wanton lust.
What is wanton?
Wanton is sexual desire.
It's a sexual desire, right? Right? Let me tell you something. A lot of women are going to be whores this week,
Come.
right? They're going to give up that box this week. They are. They're going to give it up this week. You know why? Because this man has given me attention during Single Awareness Day. I think there's a lot more singles on Valentine's Day than there are couples.
Come.
Can we agree?
Fully.
Fully, right? So that's why they call it Single Awareness. We'll look that up in about a sec. We only got about 10 minutes, but I'm going to take all 10 minutes. Go ahead. Read Pan.
Pan and sexuality, the price of virtue and wanton lust.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost impossible to separate Pan and sex.
Let me tell you something, right? The Pan that you understand, the Peter Pan that you understand, Pan comes from Peter Pan, your little movies, right? You think what you see today is not something that has been around since ancient times? It's been around. It's just resurfaced with a facelift, that's all. And Pan was not the character that you see in the Disney movies. Pan was a wicked deity, and we're going to find that out right now. Pull it. Go ahead.
Khan out of one Khan. He is a lusty god and the patron of sex.
He is the patron of sex. He's the reason why your woman is whoring on you right now. Pan is the reason for that. Keep reading.
For the sake of lust and physical satisfaction, true to his contrary nature, Pan's myths are full of conquest and dalliances,
Go ahead.
but are void of long-term partners.
Long-time partners, right?
Long-time partners.
He's here to wreck shop. Pan is a home wrecker. You know that, right? Yo, listen. The spirit of Pan come on your woman. Guess what? You better start looking for a new woman. You know what I'm saying? You better tell your best friend he can't come by no more. You know what I'm saying? You better tell your brother or whatever he can't come by no more. Because your woman got the spirit of Pan on her. That spirit of wanton lust. Go ahead. This is Pan right here.
Khan out of one Khan. Although Pan represents instant gratification.
What does Pan represent?
Instant gratification.
And guess what? When your woman go out with her friends that night, guess what she want?
Instant
And
gratification.
she drunk, she wants some rod, and you on your bullshit, right? Guess what she want? Instant gratification. And guess who's gonna give it to her? The next nigga that come with the smoothest words is gonna have your woman in the bathroom somewhere. And I've seen it from time to time. Women that have men that are in the bathroom, in the back of a car seat, getting it in, right? Because you a sucker. Because you all in love. You put all your heart into a woman, and instead of in this truth, your heart is going to a woman, right? Just like Ezekiel. His heart was all in his woman, right? Here's what the Lord did. The Lord said, Ezekiel, you know I need you, right? I'm going to have to just take your woman out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to take her out so you can put on your mitri and go out there and prophesy things that I'm trying to tell my people. But go ahead.
And living in the moment.
And that's what people do. See, there's so many one-night stands that women want to forget about. You know what I'm saying? There's so many one-night stands. There's so much of living in the moment, right? Let me, tomorrow is, it doesn't matter. Let's just get it out the way now. Let's do it now. You know what living in the moment means? It's called living it up. That's what it's called.
YOLO.
YOLO. I'm glad you said that. I would never thought of that. Yes, that's a YOLO moment right here. Pan is the king of YOLO. Put that on Facebook. But go ahead.
To the ancient Greeks, he also represented the price of such abandon.
Which is often what?
Which is often heartbreak, regret, and loneliness.
Let me tell you something. Single Awareness Day is because of Pan. Meaning, it's going to be, listen, this Valentine's Day is going to be a lot of heartbreak. Right? Because that man that you thought was your man, he likes that other woman better. You know why he likes her better? The woman that he secretly withheld from you. You know why? Because she knows how to shut her goddamn mouth. He'd rather be with her on Valentine's Day than your loud mouth dragging behind. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of regrets. Where's the regrets coming from? You sleeping with your coworker. You sleeping with your side nigga, your side chick. You're going to regret that because your husband is going to divorce you or your wife is going to divorce you, right? Which is a sin on the woman's end. And then a lot of loneliness. Pan is the reason why a lot of these women are lonely. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? Because because of their gratification of lust, their instant gratification. A woman go out drinking with her friends, guess what? She's going to get some rod that night. She's looking for rod that night, even though she got a man. But go ahead. Give me Cupid.
Okay, you didn't want to continue off that?
We know what Pan's about, but go ahead, keep reading. Give me a little bit more. We only got about 5 minutes.
Unlike many other depictions of the male gods, Pan is often depicted with an erect phallus.
Which I don't want to even see.
This is significant as in the ancient world, depiction of small penises
which applies to white men. But go ahead.
was more culturally valued as large penises were associated with characteristics such as foolishness, lust, and ugliness.
Yes, and you see those statues all the time.
Okay.
All the time. But yeah, jump out of there because I don't want to look at no statues of penises. Give me Cupid. There's so much, you know what's funny? There's so much information with Valentine's Day. It's insane how it leads to so many different Roman and Greek mythology. You know what I'm saying? How it has the ties and connections. Give me Cupid origins. See how evil this Cupid is. Number one, angels depicted in the Bible. When you read Ezekiel 1, Cupid looks nothing like how the Bible depicts how an angel looks. God. You know what I'm saying? It looks nothing like that. Look at, we in this library right now. You look up here. Look, what do you see? See a bunch of devils up here, right? Right?
God.
See, most Christians, when they think about heaven, you know what they think about? They're going to be up in the sky with wings, playing the harp.
Any particular source you wanted me to go to?
Give me Cupid origins. Give me the most.
What source?
The one that's been rejected.
All right.
Whatever.
Greek gods and goddesses.
Where's that at?
It's about when you search up Cupid origins.
Yeah.
It should be like the fourth one down.
Fact of information on God Cupid. Cupid's disheartening past. History of the god of love. Roman god of love and desire. I don't see it.
No, did you search Cupid origins?
Yes.
And you scroll down.
Let me see what it looks like.
Hold on. Let me back up so you can see where it's at on the list.
Yeah, we only got about 2 minutes, so we're gonna finish off with this. Which one is it?
See, it's like
I see that.
This.
What does it say?
Facts and information on the god Cupid.
That's what I was looking for. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that. Let's go. We're gonna do Cupid real quick. We're gonna end this class, man. We only got 2 minutes. Salaki. I had a lot more, but we got tomorrow and Wednesday, so I'll pass it on to Rock. Go ahead. 2 minutes.
Out of one kind. Cupid. Who is Cupid? In Latin, Cupid goes by two names that have different origins, but whose meanings are both associated with love.
Go ahead.
One of Cupid's Roman names is Cupido.
Go ahead.
This form means desire.
And that's what you have this time of year. You have a desire to be a whore and to be a whoremonger. That's your desire. Love is not equated with who you have sex with. That's not what love is, right? It's not what love is. It's not about who you have sex with. And it's all about your desire and lust. Go ahead.
If we stop to think about it, regardless of our age, the people we love deeply are the ones we enjoy and desire to be with as much as possible.
Go ahead.
Cupid's other Latin name is amor.
That's a Spanish word which means love. But go ahead.
For students enrolled in Latin 1, this is one of the very first verbs. Amor.
Jump into where it says in Greek mythology.
In Greek mythology, Cupid was known as Eros, who was portrayed as a slender young boy with wings.
Go ahead.
However, following the Hellenistic age...
This is when the Jews were in captivities under the Greeks, when it says the Hellenistic age.
That ended about 31 BC, when Rome conquered Greece. He was portrayed as the chubby little boy we are most familiar with, especially around Valentine's Day.
Let's find out what Cupid's about. Go ahead.
In the Greek and Roman mythology, Cupid always had a bow and arrow which he used to shoot the power of love whenever he wanted it to go.
Go ahead.
Some early artists pictured Cupid as being blindfolded.
Go ahead.
According to Shakespeare, the reason was because as a chubby little boy, Cupid often changed his feelings about things, especially those having to do with love.
Go ahead. Cupid was actually the monkey wrench of love. Go ahead. You'll keep reading.
Although Cupid is portrayed with a bow and arrow, most people don't know that he actually had two arrows, or perhaps one arrow with two very different tips.
Go ahead, read it.
If he fired the gold one, which had a very sharp tip, the female heart where it landed was immediately filled with love and desire to be with a certain male forever.
Go ahead.
Shakespeare's words about Cupid changing his mind apply to the blindfolded Cupid and his use of the tipped lead arrow. Whether male or female, when the lead tip struck a heart, the message was that one person in a relationship wanted to end it.
So one person wanted a divorce. Go ahead.
And be free from that person forever, so another relationship could be started.
Listen, Cupid was the god of divorce. That's who he was. He wanted one age. When he hit you with that arrow, one tip ended the marriage, right? To start another relationship. Go ahead.
If an assignment gives you the opportunity to write about love, it would be interesting to interview different people, especially those who are married, to learn how many are in a relationship.
Let's not even go to that. Right. There's a better article on Cupid than that. I mean, if you go to, we're about to end the class, but basically, Cupid was a demon of fornication. That's who Cupid was, right? And we can get more into that. He was a god that embodied desires. It's not like he had a specific temple that Romans worshipped. But Cupid is most famously known for art, especially during the Renaissance era when you're dealing with Christians. There's a whole psyche that comes behind Cupid, but it always dealt with the matter of sex and lust. We can get more on Cupid, but these are all legendary folklores that people believed in, and they worshipped, and it became idolized. But with that, we're going to end the class. Just keep in mind that there's a likelihood that your woman could be, it could whore out on you on Valentine's Day, which is why it's not even worth it to even celebrate Valentine's Day. But we're going to end the class. Tomorrow is the Brotherhood class. Hopefully Rock can tie it in with Valentine's Day. Right, Rock?
Of course.
Okay, perfect. With that, we're going to class. Shalom.
Shalom.